Hello, Sandra here. I know it's been forever, again, since I've posted. I know I said I was going to be posting more frequently, or I hope to, but summer's the busiest time in my job, so I haven't had much time to breathe, let alone make a video. But I actually had something I wanted to talk about today, and that is how my dysphoria cycles, which I have talked about before. I've talked about dysphoria a lot. If you've watched my videos, that's, I feel like, kind of the number one thing I talk about. And that's because it's the most important thing to me. It's really what shows me that I'm gender fluid far more than I would be trans. Because I, will have this moment when I have this debilitating dysphoria. I mean, punching me in the gut, I can't focus on my life because I feel so disgusting that I'm in the wrong body. And then that tapers off and I go back to being Shelly, my female side, and I'm fine. So I've not really talked much about my female self, and that's because I don't have anywhere else to talk about my male side. So I just kind of push my female side to over that way without discussing it. But I figure I should mention, what does it mean for me to not have dysphoria? And for me, that comes down to two categories. The first is the physical aspect, and then the second is the language. So for the physical aspect, that's when I just kind of don't really think about my body. It's like I just am, I'm just a female. So I've never liked my breasts. I'll tell you that right now. I hate my breasts. I've always hated my breasts. But, they are what they are. And so I just kind of accept that they're there. It's like, whatever. And then, obviously, you got below the waist is what it is. And then my voice is what it is. I can't change my voice. I've tried. I can't make it any lower than it is. And, actually, I'm quite happy with my voice. I've been told many times that I have a very good voice, that I'm a singer. So I'm okay with it a lot of the time. And then with the second part, with the language, the she and the her, pronouns, they don't bother me. They just are what they are. I don't really notice them. I might even call myself she, her, woman, female, whatever, and it doesn't bother me. It just kind of is my identity, But then, when the dysphoria comes along, I go, oh, dear Lord, maybe I'm trans, because this is ridiculous at how different this feels. With the body aspects, like, I can't even stand these breasts. Like, I want them off. Like, I looked into top surgery recently. I want them off so badly. Unfortunately, I'm not that good of a candidate for it. And I have so many other medical problems that with all of the recovery and all that kind of stuff, I mean, it's just not something that I could probably do. At least not right now. Though, I really, really want these gone. When this dysphoria hits, I can't even, I look in the mirror at these breasts and just want to cry because I hate them so much. And then when it comes to things below the waist, I gotta pack, I love packing. It makes me feel more like me. And I haven't been able to pack them forever because my harness broke, which actually I just ordered packing boxers. So when those come in and I give them a test run, I'm gonna have a video on those to see how it is. But I feel more comfortable when I pack. And then with my voice, like I mentioned, I've tried to lower it, but bottom line is it gives me away every time. I could be standing in line somewhere, I could have my binder on, I can be looking like a guy, I could even put, if I wanted to, probably some hair on my face or whatever. But the second I open my mouth, anybody around me goes, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize that you were a girl. You just look masculine. I'm so sorry that I misgendered you. Blah, 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 blah. And it's like a knife to the heart, because it's like, no, I wanted to be seen as a guy right now. That's the way I'm feeling right now, is I just want to be seen as Sander. I want somebody to acknowledge that isn't online, And so, when it comes to the next part, which is the language with the pronouns, I hear she and her and I twinge. I just get this little go through me. And, when I hear, you're she, her, lady, I've got, no, you're just a lady, blah, 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 blah. I just go nuts inside. I want to be called he and him. I call myself a guy. I call myself a man. I do whatever I can to get the language that I want, whether it's just going online in a chat room and introducing myself as a guy, anything, just anything to get that language to be called what I feel like I am. So that's kind of the definition I have for you guys between my dysphoria, the 2 cycles that I have. As for when it's cycling, I kind of figured it out recently. This might be a little too much information, I'm just warning you. It usually comes around and during my period. About a week before, I just start feeling like my hormones kind of changing, and just start to feel myself go a little bit crazy, start to feel like my body is wrong. Before anything else, that's what I start to feel, is that my body doesn't match. And as soon as that happens, I start noticing the pronouns. So the worst, though, is during the period, because that's number one way of nature letting you know you're a female. And I absolutely hate it. I hate it. I will do anything I can during that time. I try to wear my binder. I can't right now. I got a new tattoo, so it can't wear that. I might rub it off. So I can't wait till I can wear a binder. I've done a video on my binder before, the GC2B tri-top binder, or half tank binder, I think it's called, which it doesn't really work that well. It doesn't. But I do what I can, and I couldn't wear it when I performed the other night, the open mic, where they'll know me as Sander, and so I had to wear a hoodie in like 85-degree heat, because it was the only way I could hide my breasts without a binder. And it was so hot, I almost passed out, but I had to do it because I just didn't feel like myself at an open mic without me binding. So I had to deal with all that, and it's starting to taper off right now, the dysphoria, but it hangs around for a while after that. And I've considered, I looked into getting a hysterectomy, but I'm not even 25 yet, so I don't want to risk early menopause and weight gain and all that kind of stuff. And but bottom line is I don't want to go through that, because it's the absolute worst time for me, is periods. They're so hard for me to deal with, to feel like, well, not feel like, but to realize that yes, indeed, I am definitely 100% a biological female, because inside I'm not. Inside I'm also a guy. And sometimes I wish to God I could just be trans, because the cycling thing makes me cuckoo a little bit, because it's so confusing still. And I came out 3 years ago, August, and it still confuses me all the time, because I feel like 2 different people sometimes. It's like on one side I just want to be cis, on the other just make me trans. Just like pick one, just one, so that I don't have to keep doing this number every second, every few weeks, every few months, sometimes it's every few days, and it doesn't stop. And trying to find a way to live with that, I've talked about a lot in these videos, and it's still hard. Like, I'm still trying to figure out that balance, to see what I can do just to kind of feel right. But I figure, I'm doing pretty well with it. I've thought about maybe seeing a gender therapist again, maybe see what they would suggest on how to cope with this, but I would much rather be gender fluid than to force myself into one gender or the other. I don't want to force myself to be cis. I don't want to force myself to be trans. I just want to be what I am, and that's being gender fluid, which is why it's called Genderfluid Life on here. So anyway, I think that's really all I wanted to talk about. I know this video got a little long, but it's been a while since I've checked in. So as I mentioned, I bought some packing binders off the interweb, actually off of Etsy, believe it or not, yesterday. So I should be getting it, they said, in about 2 weeks, because they hand sew it and all that fun stuff. So I gotta be probably really, really patient. I think it's not gonna get here till like October or something. But when it gets here, I'll definitely do a video on how they work and all that fun stuff. I'll have to see if I feel like getting any more gear. I would really like to get a binder that works better, but I don't even know what to try. So I'll have to see where that goes. But anyway, oh, just one last thing I wanted to show you guys. This was me right here when I was presenting as a male. I was able to change all of my different accounts. And then also another fun fact is I'm working on writing a book that is about female to male trans gender guy. So I'll have to update you guys on that if you'd ever be interested in reading it. So anyways, sorry again, this got really long, but I hope all of you are doing well. I want to send out a really big thank you to subscribers and those of you who've been watching me for a long time, because I know I've been on here for like 3 years now. So a big thank you for you guys. And so I'll have to see what happens with these new packing boxers. And I'll post a video after I give them a try. So anyway, thanks again, and I'll catch you later.